Welcome back to Quantitative Gems. My name is Arden Thomas. I'm the Syncom Smalltalk Product Manager. Anytime you need to questions, please send an email at syncom.com. Gems is where we show you how to use Syncom Smalltalk, one of our two products, ObjectStudio or VisualWorks, to do quantitative and numerical data analysis. And this is also focused for the beginner or someone unfamiliar with programming in Smalltalk or our products. So this is an example setup using ObjectStudio, and the prerequisites are that you've downloaded and installed the ObjectStudio PUL, loaded the example code, and downloaded American Express, the SP500, and the Dow Industrials.csv files. There's a screencast for each of these showing you exactly how to do that. So what I want you to do is start up the product. Remember, we created the shortcut, which starts up the product. We have a saved image called Quant1, where we loaded the code in the earlier example. First thing you want to do is change the data directory if you need to. So you can go right here, open up the class browser. We're going to go to find CST security. We're going to go to security, click on class. So each class has an instance side where you can talk to, send messages to an instance of that object, or the class, which is like the factory. So here we have a method called data directory. So I have my data directory, which is right here, the files which we downloaded from the internet in our last screencast, and you just need to set that data directory to where they are, and you'll be in good shape for our next step. Next thing you want to do is open up a workspace. This will be an ObjectStudio workspace. And we want to use the Quant base. Remember your Quant base code 1 directory. There is this file, quantbase setup.ws. The nice thing with this is we can simply drag and drop, and we've got that. So what we want to do now is we want to run stock load Dow Jones Industrial Average Components file. I could actually see that code. I could go to stock. It's going to be on the class side. There it is. There's the code. And I can view that right here. But we're going to execute it. One of the great things about Smalltalk is the ability to walk through your code and inspect and interrogate and change the data, change the code, recompile it instantly, live. So I'm going to highlight this, come up here, it says debug, click that. Now these up here, these are for step into, step over, and step over blocks. This says go back and restart. So we're going to step into, now we're right in that code that we just looked at in our browser, but now we're in an inspector, so I can do things like I can step over that. It says directory dir gets self data directory, so I can inspect this, and I can do things like double click on this, look at the elements, each character, directory as file name, construct Dow Industrials.csv. I can create a read stream, which allows me to read and parse, read stream through. So this is going to get my first row, and in fact I can see it's the first row from that where it tells me each column, symbol, name, last, change, etc. And that is my columns. I know I have 30 stocks, so I'm going to create an ordered collection. And then for each one of these, while the read stream at end, while that's false, I'm going to do this. Read stream through character CR, carriage return, CSV tokens. What will that do? That will parse So here are my tokens. I can see Apple, Apple Incorporated, and other information. So Apple is one of the Dow Jones Industrial Average 30 stocks. And I'm going to create an instance of stock. I tell it the symbol is the token's first as symbol. The name is token second. And I could even step into that, create a stock new. Stock is CST stock. And you can even just drill in. You can drill into everything. So I can see my symbol and my name. And this is the object that I've just created. I'm going to do that for all 30. This says run to the caret or the cursor. And now I'm going to get a dictionary, my stocks dictionary, and at the symbol put each. And I can inspect DJIA stocks, and we have our list of 30 stocks. All right. We've done that. This says just go ahead, complete. We've done that. Next, we want to say to the stocks dictionary at the symbol AXP. I can inspect that and see it's just what I expect, the stock American Express. I can do this now. Load daily data file. This is where it gets more interesting. I'm going to highlight that and debug this. Load daily data file. This will go. Make sure your data directory is set properly. The Quant data. And what we're going to do is, let's take a look at this file right here. It's going to essentially parse all this information right here. So we get the file name, columns, just like we did before. Now, while the read stream is not at end, we get our tokens. What do we have? Well, our columns say it's date, open, high, low, close, adjusted close, and volume. So I'm going to create a daily datum object that has the date, open, high, low, close, and adjusted close and volume that I've just gotten from that line. I just read that in. This is exactly the code of how to do this. And then let's step through this. It will create a daily datum. I can see that right here in daily. So here's all the data I just put in here. And dailies add daily. Now let's put my cursor down here and go through all of them. And I'm going to create a daily series from those dailies. What will that give me? That'll basically give me, well, let's check it out. Daily data, which is right here. This is an instance variable. And this has all the daily days right here. See if I can get that size just right. Anyway, I have dates and data. Each data is a daily datum that we just created. So essentially I've created a data series for this stock. I'm going to tell the data, the daily data, your symbol, just so I can easily identify where this came from, who it belongs to, what data I'm talking about, and I return the daily data. Okay, we did that. Let's inspect that. Inspect. There's the data we just loaded. I can also get the closes. Let's see how that works. Self daily data closes. I can right here in the debugger highlight that, execute it, and inspect the results. And then I just have my closes. It got one of the closes and associates it with the date for each one of the daily data. Remember, the daily data has the open, high, low, close, volume. And if I want just the closes, There's how I get it. I can do the same with lows and volumes. And finally, we're gonna let's walk into this CST Index SPX. SPX is the SP 500 Index, self-indexes dictionary. Okay, this is a class variable. Right now it's probably nil. It is. And this says, if it's nil, do this. Make it an identity dictionary new and then return it. And a dictionary is just where you can put things by their value. So we say at the symbol SPX. If that's not there, create this right here. So let's go ahead and do that. And we could even see it right here, inspect this. And we have our SP 500 index. All right. Just like we did up here, we're going to load the daily file, and this is a lot. Our daily file is really pretty large, right? Let's take a quick look at that. We go back to 1927. Every day since the end of 1927, we're going to load that up. So let's go ahead and we'll just execute that. And then we can say, and it's very quick, right? Let's take a look at the closes for that. And so we have all our closes from December 30th, 1927. And that's what we're going to be working with in our next example. So that's our setup. Remember to save your image so you have all this for next time. I'll do that right now. And until next time, have a great time with Syncom Smalltalk and ObjectStudio. Any questions, suggestions, please send them to myself, Arden Thomas, athomas@syncom.com. Quick recap. We started up, we loaded up all our example code. We opened up the Quant-based setup workspace, and we showed you how to walk through the Smalltalk debugger. You didn't need to go through the debugger. I could just say, just do it for all of these and just take a second. But I wanted to walk through and observe the code and make sure things were running correctly. And this is a fantastic thing about working with Smalltalk, because you can live the code live, see what the results are, change the code, and we'll get into that some more in some future examples. Again, until next time, have a great time with Syncom Smalltalk. Thank you.